Preserving food has been a cornerstone of human survival for centuries. Before the days of refrigeration and modern supermarkets, our ancestors relied on ingenious methods to keep food safe to eat. Welcome back, folks. Today, we're delving into the fascinating world of food preservation, exploring the time-honored techniques that sustain generations. Staple foods like corn and pork were essential for early pioneers. In the Americas, for example, corn was stored in various forms, from shelled to ground into cornmeal. Meanwhile, pork was cured in smokehouses, where it hung for weeks over a low fire. Many of these techniques are still used in rural Europe. In rural Poland, for instance, every fall, when it gets cool enough, the people pack sauerkraut into a barrel with salt and shredded carrots. Also, forest mushrooms which have been sun-dried in summer are added to soups and sauces during winter. Talking about smokehouses, I know families whose relative lived on a farm at the start of the Depression. They salted their pork every fall after slaughtering, which comes in very handy in the winter. Those days, winters were dire. And according to Grandmom, the saying, "scraping the bottom of the barrel," exists for a reason. By the time you got to that last bit of meat, you had to be really hungry to eat it. It might not be bad per se, but it sure wasn't that good. Families also relied on root cellars to keep food fresh. Apples were stored in sawdust piles or containers, while root crops like potatoes were preserved in pits lined with straw. And many houses up to this day still have small smokehouses in the backyard to smoke homemade sausages and cured hams or slabs of bacon. Pickling was another common method. Salt and water mixtures were used to pickle fish and vegetables, ensuring they lasted through the seasons. Another vegetable that is commonly pickled in jars is cucumbers. And let's not forget the springhouse. Cool spring water provided the perfect environment for preserving perishables like milk and butter. In areas without natural springs, ice houses were dug into dirt banks and filled with blocks of ice cut from frozen rivers. Later, ice delivery services brought this convenience to urban households. Canning became popular in the late 1800s, allowing families to put up vegetables and fruits for later use. However, meats were more commonly frozen due to the convenience and safety it offered. Today, many of these traditional preservation methods have faded into obscurity. However, there's been a resurgence of interest in natural techniques as people become more conscious of additives and artificial preservatives. So while we may have advanced technologically, there's still wisdom to be found in the old ways of food preservation. And as a prepper, I find that very fascinating. Until next time, stay prepared and stay safe. And thanks for watching.